This is Caitlin, your host of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. It is the end of March, which means we are wrapping up March and welcoming April. March was a slower month for me in terms of dramas that I watched compared to February. Definitely compared to February, but I still finished some dramas. I also dropped some dramas, which is why I didn't finish as many in March as I planned to. If you guys have never been a part of this wrap-up episode or seen my blog posts, what this blog post / podcast episode is I talk about the dramas that I completed in the previous month, and then talked about the dramas that I am looking forward to or plan on watching in the month coming up. So in this episode, I'm talking about the dramas I completed in March, and I'm going to talk about the dramas I'm looking forward to in April. And I'm really curious what I'm going to watch in April because there's some rumors going around of dramas that might show up, might not show up. There's rumors that like some drama might be split into two parts, which I'll explain later. I'm not really sure. So I'm curious of what I'll actually be watching in April. Also, it's starting to get warmer where I live, which means I might be outside more. Who knows? So let's get straight into it. In March, as I said, I dropped some of my on-air dramas, so I didn't finish as many Korean dramas. But since I had a lot of variety on my watch list, I did watch and complete some other dramas from other countries. In total, I completed 3 dramas and an anime, which I think is pretty decent. It's not bad. The first one is a Chinese drama. It's called Meet Yourself. I watched it on Viki. Usually, I would not watch this type of drama. It's a slice of life drama. It's more slower paced. I know I'm usually not a fan of those dramas, so I tend to just not try them at all. But I had to watch this for a podcast episode, a future one that I'm recording, and I'm glad I did. Whether I probably still disliked it more than other people who watched it last year, I still enjoyed it. It is a beautiful drama taking place in the countryside, so you get a beautiful setting and a beautiful countryside setting. I also thought the OSTs were lovely. I liked that there was an ensemble cast because not only did you fall in love with like the lead characters, but you also fell in love with the ensemble cast, the other characters. So if you didn't like a story of one character, you still had a bunch of other characters you could latch onto and you could become attached to. And for me, I grew to care about a lot of the characters in the ensemble cast and wanted to see them happy. Now, did I get everything I wanted at the end of this in terms of like the direction of a certain character's storyline? I did not. I wanted to see some of my ships sailing, and they sort of did, but also sort of didn't. And also I just thought some of the characters kind of like went off the radar. They kind of just like disappeared. So I wanted more of an ending for some of the characters as well. But I'll go into that when I go into the podcast review sometime later. It is definitely a slow burn romance, just FYI, with the leads. With mostly any of the romances, actually, a lot of them are slow burn. So if that's your thing, I really do recommend it because you'll appreciate the slow burn. It was a little too slow for me. And I think because of the slow burn and because it was a little too slow, I thought it could have done with like 5 less episodes too, just because it was so slow paced and it like got drawn out a lot. But it's a nice healing drama. I think it did a very nice job of the characters having problems in the beginning and sort of dealing with those problems throughout the drama and somewhat healing from certain issues that they had, or just being content with the issues they had by the end. So I still will recommend this to people. I think a lot of people would like this type of drama. The next one is another Chinese drama on iQIYI. It was a rewatch for me because season 2 came out recently and I wanted to rewatch season 1. So if I needed to remember something from season 1, I could remember it for season 2. And that is Detective Chinatown. I had not watched this drama since 2020. So I didn't remember a lot of it, but like once I started rewatching it, I started to remember it. And how this is broken down is there's like 12 episodes, 3 cases, 4 episodes a case, and some of the cases have the same characters, another case may have completely new characters. Um I love the main detective in this. He's in 2 of the 3 cases. In 2020, I did realize, and you can tell this is made to promote the movie franchise. There's a very popular Chinese movie franchise called Detective Chinatown, and it's a comedy. And you get the feeling that a bunch of these characters in the drama show up or at least make appearances in the movie somewhere or are talked about somewhere. And even some of the movie characters show up in the drama. So you kind of tell that there's like it's promoting the movie franchise. Um some cases are better than others. I said that in 2020. I still agree with that. I pretty much agreed with everything I said in 2020 and I still graded it the same. It's still a quick and entertaining crime drama, though. I love the OSTs. I forgot how much I love the OSTs. Um, and now I'm excited to watch season 2 because I think the format's the same way, where there's case every 4 episodes. But I'm curious to see if anything is different or brought over from season 1, or if it's completely different and just one case. I don't know. Because it didn't end on an open ending, but it sort of did, at least with one case. So I would like to see a conclusion to that case, but we'll have to see when I watch season 2. The only Korean drama I completed in March was My Happy Ending. Listen, I love the ride. I enjoyed the ride immensely, but what the hell was that ending? Like, it was so disappointing. That ending was so disappointing. Specifically, the villain's ending. Like, I didn't mind the ending with the 2 leads, but the villain's endings were so disappointing. And I really disliked them because I felt like it was like a cop out with the writers. And I just could not understand the writer's choice of with those endings. Like, you had 2 main villains, and one villain ends up in jail, which is fine. He's like the more minor of the 2 villains. But that's it. He just ended up in jail, and you just saw him go into jail, and that's fine. The main person, the main villain, the woman best friend, I don't even know what happened with their ending. I'm trying not to spoil it in case somebody wants to watch this, but it was supposed to be like a revenge drama by the end. Like, Jang Nara was supposed to get revenge on her best friend because her best friend was horrible. And she kind of just accidentally had her ending. And there was like no revenge taken out to me. I did not find the revenge satisfying. It kind of looked like suicide, but at the same time, I don't think it was suicide. It was just a really weird ending for that villain because it kind of came out of nowhere. I don't really think the writers knew. So basically, her ending is she got hit by a truck, but it was unclear to me if it was suicide or if it was an accident because I really am not sure. And I feel like the writers didn't know what they were doing. And like her motivation, or like, I've just felt it very uncharacteristic of her committing suicide at all. I did not like the villain ending so bad. And it took away from the entire story for me too, because it's like, why? Like, why make them do that at all? And then they didn't even show like her father's reaction to her dying, which he was the other villain in jail. Like, I didn't like it. I didn't like their ending whatsoever, and it kind of brought my rating down overall. You can watch this on Viki. did think the acting was phenomenal. I thought the acting was great. I thought the drama portrayed mental illness very well. I do think it should have been like 12 to 14 episodes. It did not need to be 16. And look, I understand the drama was more Jang Nara's character and her story. I get it. But it still could have been a revenge story too. And I don't agree with those villain endings. I really don't. And like the end, like my ship with the second male lead kind of sailed. Like there was an open window that they could like introduce that into in the future down the line if they wanted to, but it was never confirmed, which yeah, I'm not mad at that. I felt like it was too soon for her to get into another relationship, so that's fine. But oh man, those villain endings just really brought out to me. I don't recommend this. I recommend it in terms of acting. I recommend it because of the ride, but the ending for the villains will upset people. I know that enough. So I don't particularly recommend this Korean drama, really. Parasite the Maxim. That's the anime I finished in March. I was finishing this because Korea is doing an adaptation of it coming out in April, which I'll talk about later. And this has been on my list forever. Like, I have been wanting to watch this anime. I don't even know how long, but I've been wanting to watch it for a while. So finally, I was able to watch it because the drama's being made. It has been adapted into Japanese movies before. And I don't know how closely this Korean drama is going to adapt it. Because even from the trailer, I can tell it's going to be somewhat different. So we'll have to see. But the anime, it's unique. It's different. Like, it's something I had never seen before. I was not expecting a message about humans impacting the earth and like the parasites being mad at humans on destroying the earth. I was not expecting an environmental message type thing. I said this in my review and like my social media. I did not like either romance option. Like, one seemed just to come completely out of nowhere and ended very quickly. Like, it was very short lived. So I wouldn't even see her as a romance option because she wasn't in the anime for very long. The other one, just she annoyed me. Like, she kept asking the same questions and then didn't like the answer she got or didn't believe the answer she got. So I didn't particularly like the other option. I felt like they kind of stuck in the romance because they felt like they needed one, even though you really didn't. It didn't really take away anything from the drama or add anything to the story. So I don't know. I didn't really think the romance was needed. I also like the anime ended and I still had questions, specifically about the parasites. Like where they came from. They of course didn't just up and disappear, so like it was sort of explained with what happened, but that was all like theoretical. So I still had some questions. It's unknown if there's like going to be a season 2. This is an older anime, so I doubt it because I think you might have already gotten a season 2 if there would be one, but I could be wrong. I'm not that up on anime news as I am in drama news, so who knows. But that's pretty much all I finished in March. It's a short list. I still watch some stuff though, so I'm really happy about that. But that also means my watch list is really full right now because I didn't finish as much as I thought I would in March. I also added quite a few things due to me dropping some dramas. So I'm going to move into the dramas I dropped, I should say. So, I dropped 2 Korean dramas in March. And honestly, I have no regrets I dropped these. I pretty much dropped them for pretty much the same reason. It's a very common reason for me to drop dramas. Queen of Divorce, I felt really behind on the drama. I liked the leads. I liked their chemistry. But man, their romance was slow moving. It really was. And I also didn't particularly like that the female lead Like, I was okay with her using him because he knew he was being used in a way, but for a woman who was gonna be in prison and learned how to fight, she seemed to be in the damsel in distress moments a lot. And I know the main actress in Queen of Divorce, like, she's played badass characters before, so I don't understand why they took that away from this character, because in the beginning she was badass, so I'm really not sure why the writing went that way. But yeah, their romance, even though I liked them together, the lead's romance was very slow moving. Like, almost so slow that it was not believable that they actually liked each other or wanted to have a romance in the first place. Um, I also thought that the characters just really made some stupid decisions, which got them into trouble all the time. Like, just stupid enough where you didn't believe, like, the stupid decisions weren't believable. So it was just one decision after another that I didn't agree with. And I'm like, why? So, not not really fan. So I dropped it. The other one I dropped was Captivating the King. I also fell behind on this drama, and really, the only reason why I wanted to continue it was Jo Jun Suk was killing it in the episodes I watched. He was doing really well, and I loved watching him act. But if he was the only reason why I was watching this drama, it was not enough to continue watching it, and I needed more than just one good actor carrying the entire show. So I dropped that one as well. I really have no regrets dropping it. Again, I fell behind on both of these, which is the main reason why, because I had multiple episodes to finish. So, yeah. Okay, so now we are going to get to the dramas in April that I'm excited for. This might be a quicker episode because we are not even at 20 minutes and I'm already at the end of my list. So, this might be a quick episode. You don't know. Um so April dramas. I'm excited for April because there's a variety of dramas that I'm excited for. Of course, there are new Korean dramas that are premiering, but some other dramas from other countries caught my eye. Also, I haven't watched a BL drama in a while, and there's a couple in April that I'm looking forward to as well. So I always like adding variety to my watch list. Hopefully, I can have access to all of these and actually watch them or get stuff off my current watch list so I'm not overwhelmed. Because I'm a little behind on some of the dramas I'm currently watching, so I'll have to wait and see. I am very curious what I actually will watch and what I'll stick with. Okay, so the first one is Love is Like a Cat. It's a BL drama. It's on Viki. This one caught my eye for two reasons. One, Mew's in it, which is a Thai actor. I love Mew. He always is a good actor, so I'm curious about him in this drama. Two, due to I Love You, the Japanese drama, which is the Japanese and Korean crossover, the fact that this is a BL Korean drama that has a Korean actor and a Thai actor, that crossover also interests me. I know it's not the first time it's happened. I know there's been other crossovers, Thai and Korean BL dramas. But they don't happen often. I think I can count on one hand how many. So I'm at least gonna check this one out. I don't really, plus it looks like it has a cat in it. So I love cats. Give me a drama with a cat in it. I will absolutely check it out. But yeah, I'm curious to watch this one. I know Mew can act. I don't know much about any of the other Korean actors in it. They're all fresh and new. I haven't seen them in anything. So at least I'm going to check this one out. It's on Viki. Maybe just because of Mew and the fact that it has cats in it. And it's short. It's like 15 minutes an episode. So it's not going to be a heavy lift at all. Okay, so the next one I'm going to watch is Parasite the Grey, which I mentioned because I binged the anime. Now, I did hear a rumor about this. It's unconfirmed. I have no idea if this actually is true because MDL still only has one page for the drama, it has not split off. But I heard a rumor that even though it's 6 episodes, it will release 3 episodes on April 5th that it will premiere and then wait 2, 3, 4 weeks, like end of April or even May, to release the rest of the drama, even though it's only 6 episodes. But I've only heard those rumors, and I haven't seen anything confirming it. And MDL did not do like an extra page like they did in Death's Game. So basically, the rumor is I heard that Parasite the Grey is going to be doing what Death's Game did, where they released 4 episodes and then they waited a month and released the rest of the episodes. So I don't know. The reason why I watched the anime first is because I wanted to know some of the story. But already looking at the poster and also the trailer, I can tell there's going to be differences. So I'm curious if it's like, if Parasite the Grey is like a spin-off of the anime or the manga, really, because it said it's based on the manga, or if it's like takes place in the same world but is a completely different story. So I'm wondering if it will have any connection to the original manga and anime other than the fact that it takes place in the same world and same concept. So we'll see what happens, cuz the CGI and everything looks like how the parasites acted in anime. So at least that seems consistent. So they might just have had a new story, completely new story, but like built in the same world. So essentially a spin-off. It is only 6 episodes too. So I'm wondering if they'll have like they'll probably do a seasonal thing again, or it's like an entire story and they're done. Because 6 episodes is short. So I don't know. I don't know how much of a story we're going to get into that. But just trigger warning though, get ready for gruesome and violent though, because even the anime was pretty bloody and violent and gruesome because you have these parasites transforming human bodies. So, like, you can see the brain or you can see eyes or whatever just floating out there. I mean, look at the poster. If you look at the people in the back in the poster, that's pretty much what you're going to see. Like, that's what happened in the anime. So, just be ready. Trigger warning for gruesome and violent stuff. But I'm excited to watch it, though, because I really like the anime. I had some, as you heard from my review, it wasn't perfect to me, but it was unique. It had an interesting concept, it had an interesting message, so I'm wondering if the drama will have the same thing. Okay, next up, which I think will be on Hulu because it's a Disney Plus show, and that's Blood Free with Ju Ji Hoon, and that's premiering on April 10th. Now, the problem with this is I've seen at least the first trailer and, of course, the poster. I really don't know if this is going to be a team up or this is going to be like an enemies drama because we know Ju Jin Hoon plays a bodyguard, but like I don't know if like he like obviously he's the bodyguard to the female lead. Like that's a given, but like are they teaming up to work together or is he like going to find something out and then going to fight against her? That's my question. So Yu Ji Hoon and then Han Hyo Ju is the female lead. So I'm really curious how this pairing is going to work because for me, given the poster and at least just their dynamic in the trailer, I can't help but ship them already. Even though like I'm assuming there's not going to be any romance in it because that just doesn't seem what the story or what the trailer looks like. Like it's a bodyguard and CEO. She's the CEO, he's the bodyguard. Maybe I'm just like really want a bodyguard CEO romance because I don't think we've had one recently at all. And I guess like also with the trailer, it's really hard to read her character cuz to me, from the trailer, she looks kind of creepy. Like that she's going to be evil or be an enemy. So I'm not quite sure how and what her character like is going to be like in the drama. And also, it's unknown why she would need a bodyguard. Like if something happened and she hires one, or she's just as rich and needs a bodyguard. Like it's kind of, we don't know. So I'm really curious about this one, even from the posters or the trailer. Again, it probably won't even have romance, and I'll probably be shipping them, which I always do anyway. I love the cast though. I'm definitely going to check this out because the cast is fantastic. I hope it's good. I hope I can go in with no expectations. Like again, the trailer gave me nothing other than maybe the background of her character because she's a CEO of this genetically engineered meat product, I guess. That's pretty much all I got. Um that yeah. And again, it might just because it's the first trailer, like maybe they just haven't showed a bunch, but yeah, as I said, the trailer hasn't even shown why the female lead needs a bodyguard in the first place. So, yeah. I'm curious though. I'm really curious. I'm already spewing theories and I just really want to know if they'll be working together or if they'll be going head to head because I mean, even from the poster, like Ju Ji Hoon could be looking at her in a I need to be a bodyguard to you and save you, or he could also be looking at her like you're my mortal enemy and I'm going to destroy you by secretly being your bodyguard. So, I'm really not sure. I really hope this is good though. I really do. Okay, so the next one that I'm excited for, which I don't know where it will be, so I hope we get it somewhere. And that is Chief Detective 1958. It's a Korean drama. It's supposed to premiere on April 19th. I don't know much about the original. Apparently, this is like based off of a crime drama that ran for a very long time in Korea. Like basically a detective called Chief Detective, the original, for like many seasons. It has over like 250 episodes or something. It's a really long one. And this seems to be like the prequel to that one. So I'm curious to see how that, like, if I doubt like you will need to watch the original to understand what's going on in this one because that's a tall order for somebody to take on. Plus they're like super old episodes, like black and white, I think some of them. So I doubt we'd even be able to like find them to watch anyway, let alone subtitled. So I doubt it. But it's a crime drama. I'm planning on watching it. Lee Jae-hoon is like one of those actors where you just put him in anything and I watch it. Like, have you? I mean, I can't even say like yes, he's known like at least I guess currently he's known for Taxi Driver, which he's fantastic in Taxi Driver, and I love him in Taxi Driver. But he's so much more than that, I guess. Like I liked him before Taxi Driver, but I know a ton of people loved him because of Taxi Driver. So I'm curious to see if Chief Detective is going to be like Taxi Driver in a way. Like Lee Jae-hoon plays comedy very well. And I think he can pull the comedy off. And this drama kind of gives me comedy in a way, at least from the trailer. Like there's some comedy that will be involved. It looks also like tragic at the same time with any crime drama. It looks like it could be tragic, but I don't know. I'm seeing comedy, I'm seeing action, I'm seeing thriller. It's kind of one of those dramas. Whereas Taxi Driver, for me, was not really a comedy. Like, it had some horrible cases, and it was pretty much very serious, except for maybe some side characters that brought a little comedy into the mix. And some of the cases broke up the harshness of the cases with the comedic aspects of it, but overall, it was not a comedy. And I feel like this one may be a little more of a comedy, and maybe go in that direction. But I think he'll be able to pull it off well. I mean, I don't see him like bombing this at all. So I'm really curious how he's going to play it out and see what he does with the character. Because again, the character has been established really long time ago in a very long running popular Korean drama. So we'll have to wait and see what EJ Hoon does with the role. Also, I'm sure he's gonna I'm sure they modernize the drama a little bit. I'm sure he's gonna kind of make the character his own. So we'll see. I always like a good cop drama where you get a team and you potentially get a found family. This one looks like it's gonna have that. I'm curious if it's gonna be like an episodic crime drama like Taxi Driver, for example, or it's going to be like his daily life as a cop, or it's going to be like an overarching crime over the entire story, like entire 16 episodes, and then pockets of other dramas in between. I don't know. Also, I'm curious if they're planning on doing multiple seasons with us this one, because we know Taxi Driver's up to 3 seasons. And like, for example, Voice is now going to have a 5th season at some point. So I'm curious how that's going to work out. I'm sure they'll have to wait and see how this one does. But I love me some EJ Hoon, so I'm always in. I hope I get to see it again. I hope it comes to Hulu. I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet, so hopefully, I don't know. Okay, so the last one is a Thai drama that's coming to iQIYI, and I don't know much about this, but I do know a couple things. So it's called My Stand-In. It's premiering April 26th. I know it stars pretty people. I haven't watched an airing BL drama in a while, so I want to watch one, and I like multiple cast members of this cast, which is why it caught my interest. I think I read somewhere it was done by the same writers as that time traveling drama from last year that I started and then couldn't finish because it got pulled off of YouTube, and I can't remember what it's called now, but like it was one of the hits of last year. Oh, what is it called? Let's pull up the writer. I guess the executive producer, maybe. Yeah, I Feel You Linger in the Air. I think it's done by the same team as that, which I Feel You Linger in the Air did very well last year, and at least with the episodes I watched, I loved it. So I'm hoping this will be the same case, I guess. But I really I've seen the trailer. It looks interesting. I'm really can't tell what's really going on though. Like it seems like one guy is a stuntman and he meets an actor, I guess, and that one stuntman replaces another stuntman on the set, and he accidentally dies or something. And then he wakes up and he's in the body of a random guy. And so now that he got a new life, he tries to rebuild the life that he had when he died. At least that's the concept I got from the trailer. So I'm curious if he's gonna have like the same memories. I'm curious, like, is he just like, what is his relationship with the main actor guy? Like, I don't know. So it sounds like an interesting drama. It sounds like a good drama. So I at least wanted to check it out. But that ends. That premiere is April 26th. But yeah, I think that's about it. This is going to be a shorter episode. I know it's only like a little past 30 minutes, and I seem to be talking really fast in this episode. But I kind of am like, I don't know. I'm really trying not to start a ton of dramas in April because I have a lot already on my watch list. So I need to like get stuff off my watch list and not just add a bajillion new dramas. So we'll have to wait and see, because currently I'm still planning on adding 5 new dramas, which could turn into more. I mean, who knows what else I'm going to be clicking play on. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's pretty much the March wrap-up episode. I hope you like it. I know it's a little shorter than usual, but there's just not a lot that I finished in March that I wanted to, and there's still a fair number that I'm looking forward to in April, though. And honestly, the ones I did finish in March, I for the most part liked, which I always like. I always want to like more than what I finished versus not like it. So, but I will end this episode here. That's the end of my March wrap up episode, and now it's almost April. So, I hope you enjoy your drama watching, and I hope you completed a lot of good dramas in March. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter under the username No Sleep for Dramas. That is No Sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.nosleep4dramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.